So how about Public Image Limited?
Ah,
Because that's kind of a left turn.
yeah, that came about because when I left Abbey Road, um, I had a sort of I didn't have a manager actually, and I had never had a manager until about 10 years into my career. So I was totally on my own. I had a lawyer and I didn't really understand what he was saying, but I was totally on my own and made my own deals and got totally ripped off and whatever as a producer because all I wanted to do was work, be in the studio every day, and just go from album record to record and anywhere in the world. I'd go off and do things. And so I had this arrangement with Virgin that I could produce and I would engineer as well. And I actually engineered Wilko Johnson. Wilko Johnson had just left uh, um, Dr. Feelgood and did Wilko Johnson's Solid Senders at the Manor. And so I did 2 weeks recording that. I don't think anyone went to bed for 2 weeks, that band. And I was I just finished the Wilko Johnson thing. I think it was on the Saturday night, and Richard Branson actually phoned me up. And Richard would be there sometimes at weekends. He'd turn up with his wife and stuff, and on the Friday night, and be gone on the Monday morning. So he would be there over the weekend. And he phoned me up and said that John had just left his band. You probably heard that John has just left his band and he's got this new band and they're really good and they've got this great song and we really want you to go in the studio Monday morning with them. And I'm like, John, what's he talking about? He's talking to Johnny Rotten and the Sex
Yeah.
Pistols. The new band was Public Image. So I turned up at Advision where I'd never worked before. I'd never worked at Advision Studios. And there was the band and there was the setup. I had no sleep. I'd been up for 2 weeks with Wilko Johnson,
Hmm.
and Monday morning there I was, driven from Oxford to London to, centre of London to do work in the studio I'd never been. And then the band showed up, and they all had new equipment. All the drums and the bass and everything still had labels on and stickers. They were unwrapping, taking the wrapper off them and stuff, and they just had this song. And they were. What can I say? They were they were difficult. They
Right.
would do things to purposely be difficult. So Steve Levine decided that he was going to be in control of it and he was produce it and don't mess about. They didn't know that I was producing it, that I was meant to be producing. I think when they first walked in, I assumed they'd said, and I said, I'm John Leckie, I'm the producer. And they just looked at me and said, fuck off. And that was it. And so Steve Levine wanted to put his Fender Twin, in the control room at the back by the door facing the mixer. It's only a little control room, and play in the control room with his amp. So he's like, can I play in here? I say, yeah, you can run a lead. No, I want the amp in here. I want the amp right there. Don't fuck about, all right? Don't fuck up. Who are you anyway? What's your name again? So it's kind of a bit like that. And then Wobble nicked my wallet. So we got our coats hanging up. And I'm sort of sitting at the mixing desk, and Wobble comes up with my wallet. He says, is this yours? And I'm going, yeah. Did I drop it? And he says, no, it's mine now, isn't it? Fuck off. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I'd tap him on the shoulder as he's going. I say, Wobble, can I have my wallet back? Fuck off. No. No, I haven't got your wallet, and this kind of thing. So you'd have this big Barney and everything. So anyway, it was good fun. And they came back the next day and did some singing on the second day. And then they went up to Wessex and mixed it with Bill Price.
Right.
And it sounded just like my rough mix.
I'll
No,
bet it
really,
did.
I wish I'd kept the rough mix. I don't think there was a rough mix, actually. It was all on the 24 track.
Right. I also love that whole story is about how difficult everybody was, and you didn't mention John at all. So he was
No.
obviously all right.
Yeah. You're dead right. No, it was the others. It was Steve Levine and Wobble, really. And the drummer, Jim was great. He's Canadian. He's really good. I'm sort of friends with him, really. He's the only guy. So I met Wobble and said, hey, do you remember me? And he was like, no. so I had to explain. And he said, well, it could have been. I have no recollection of that.
Wow.
Period.
And he still has your wallet somewhere.
But he believed me. You know, he believed me. I had to tell him. Jim knows as well, because I've been in correspondence with Jim, the drummer. And Steve Levine I haven't seen. Steve Levine, of course, took the tape home. So after the first night, he's like, what's happening to that? What are you doing? I'm spooling the 24 track off. He said, what are you doing with that? I said, well, I'm just going to leave it here. It'll be all right. You know, it'll be locked up. No, fuck off. I'm taking it home. I'm having it. I'm going, no. You got to leave it here. It'll be okay. It'll be locked up. No one will take it. No, fuck off. I'm taking it. I said, well, bring it back tomorrow then. Make sure you bring it back tomorrow, because if we do another song, we need a bit. So the next day he comes in. I said, have you got the tape? What tape? What tape? No, fuck off, mate. I haven't got it. No, I gave it to you last night. No, you didn't.
You're joking.
Yeah. So this would carry on for about 2 hours. And then finally, Johnny Rotten would say, Steve, look, just fucking go home and get a taxi and get the tape, will you? Oh, all right then. So he purposely left the tape at home,
Wow.
So he had to get a taxi and go back to like wherever he lived in Wandsworth and come all the way back and into the city. And
not for any reason, really. Just
to wind
being
out.
difficult.
Or he forgot,
Yeah, but wouldn't admit it.
He didn't think it was needed,
Yeah, that tape in your wallet, never to be seen again.
So that was, and of course, every time you walked out of the control room to do something in the studio, you come back in, Wobble would have turned every knob on the mixing desk. Every knob in the mixing desk would be in a different position. All the faders would be up and down, You're like, what are you doing?
God. Amazing. But
listen to the record. We did it. We've done it.
Yeah, another seminal recording.
Even the vocal, the hello at the beginning is a sound check. Is him doing testing, hello.
Yeah.
And then I read the review and it said Johnny Rotten is saying hello to his audience. It's the new band, his image, Public Image, and hello. What a great way to start. Hello to speaking to his public.
Yeah.
No, he was just testing the mic and the headphones.
Yeah, those are always the greatest things, though. All the little headphone check things. They're always good. Always leave.